Welcome to Unity Adventure Resort Podcast. I'm your host, Chairman and Founder Lamar Cole. And on this podcast, we'll be discussing various topics and giving you various updates on our progress with Unity Adventure Resort. Other than that, please subscribe, like, share, comment on this podcast. Other than that, let's keep it short and let's get straight to it. So today's topic is just going over a few things of why I built the Unity Adventure Resort, where the idea came from, some of the things that I've seen that bothers me online, that I read in articles and YouTube and I see in the news that really bothers me as a Michigander, because this is a state I was raised in. I was born here. I got my education here. I built my career here. And I'm just real passionate about my home, the place I'm from, the place I was born from, and that's Detroit, Michigan. And I want to be somebody that can change that. I want to be somebody who can make a difference, who can bring something to the community that people really cherish and people really love. So let me just go over a few things that when I was growing up, some of my elders, they used to educate me about the history of Detroit and the things that they grew up with. And I just sat there as a kid and just be intrigued and learning all this information about Detroit's historical past and how much funner it used to be back then in the 60s, 70s, 80s. And they just had a lot more of this going on back then. And I just want to share some of that information with you guys. I'm going to show various things today. So let's just go over some topics today that I've seen, the chatter that I heard that obviously bothers me, and why I decided over so many years of knowing about Detroit's historical past, why I'm passionate, why I want to build something like this. And just at the end of the day, you have to understand, I'm a person that loves amusement parks. It's my favorite hobby. It's my funnest thing to do in my life. I enjoy it. I'm deeply committed and deeply love it for the rest of my life. So just know that I'm that type of person that will give it my all to make something like this actually happen. So enough said. Let's break down a few things about Michigan and what I've been hearing lately.
According to the United Van Lines and their 47th annual mover study released yesterday, more people are moving out of Michigan than in. According to the recent report, Michigan ranks as the state with the 5th most move-outs in the U.S. The report also says 58% of moves relocated out of Michigan. New Jersey was the state with the most outbound moves, with 65% of moves being outbound. The United Van Lines vice president said the trend of Americans moving to more affordable, lower density areas across the country continued into 2023.
So Big Beast was at Edgewater Park in Detroit, Michigan. Edgewater was between 1927 and 1981. Here's the roller coaster here. So it was a wooden roller coaster, you know? Iconic.
Much known about many accidents at Eastwood over the years, but we do know about one incident happening in 1936, where a fire killed 3 visitors at a concession dubbed the Jungle. The park also unfortunately faced racial unrest between Detroiters and the police. They were called on numerous occasions to quell the race riots and flaring up during the 1940s.
The rise of larger amusement parks in the surrounding region created competition for Eastwood Park. Shifting entertainment choices and the rise of alternative forms of entertainment, such as movies, video games, and indoor entertainment centers, didn't make matters any easier, and the ever-going race feuds happening added more troubles for the park. Despite its efforts to adapt, Eastwood Amusement Park struggled to compete with changing entertainment trends and the rise of suburban attractions. As attendance waned and maintenance costs soared, the park's future grew increasingly uncertain.
And this led to the permanent closure. Like many parks of the time, Eastwood just could not keep its doors open. And in 1952, that was it for the once iconic park.
When it comes to Boblo Island, listen to the experts.
It has lots of rides and it has most of my favorite ones.
Fun on a hot day.
No, it's not bigger this year, but it's better. At least that's the way officials at AAA see it. And they own the place.
Well, the park is definitely improving each year, and this year is the first full year for the Sky Tower, and so we're seeing another good season.
First-timers at Bablo are usually outnumbered by the repeat customers.
My second time and my youngest first time, the grandbaby first time.
I live out in California. I'm home for a couple of weeks, so we just decided to come here.
Fond memories?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Reason 69 that Michigan sucks. Fucking snowing. Can't get any good weather here. It's nice weather for like 2 months. So, can't wait to move out to sunny Arizona. Check us out.
There's really nothing to do here in Michigan. It's boring. It's one of the most boring states I've ever lived in. Next up is the limited outdoor activities. Now, if you're somebody that likes being outside pretty much all year round, then Michigan probably isn't the good state for you. And that's evidently why some people move, out of Michigan, is to go live that lifestyle, right? Go to a state like Florida or California or Texas, where you can pretty much walk outside or just look outside and be like, yep, it's the shorts today, or I'm wearing a t-shirt. There's not too many days where you're going to have to go look and see like, well, am I going to have to wear a sweatshirt? Am I going to have to wear long pants? Taxes. Now, there's more than just property taxes here in Michigan. You also have your sales tax and you have state income tax in addition to property taxes. And those are the three main taxes you should be aware of if you are thinking about moving to Michigan. State income tax can be about 4.05%. Now, you're being taxed on the money that you bring in. Okay, so on your income, you're going to give it to Uncle Sam, the federal level, and then you're also getting taxed at the state level by Michigan. Can be frustrating if you're coming from a state like Florida where there is no state income tax. So you just need to be aware of that. 4.05% is going to the state. We're going to talk about the job market, and the job market is a big reason why people are leaving the state of Michigan.
Listen, I heard it all, as you see from these videos. I mean, I've been in Michigan my whole life. I heard everything under the sun. Talking about loss of manufacturing jobs, people getting laid off, high property taxes, bad government policies, bad roads, weather conditions are horrendous. We get everything here. It goes from hot to cold. You never know what you're going to expect here, right? I heard transportation systems are pretty poor here. I didn't heard so much things about Michigan growing up. But at the end of the day, what can I do about that? What can we do about that? We can make it better. Yeah, people want to move to places like Florida, New York, Chicago. Great states. Have a lot of things going on. But why Michigan can't be something great just like that? When it comes to the entertainment industry, what do we have? What do we really have here in Detroit and Michigan in general? When it comes to the industry I enjoy, the amusement park industry, the theme park industry, all we have here in Michigan is Michigan Adventures. Don't get me wrong. I've been there a few times. I almost worked there. But let me tell you this, it's not the best park in the United States. It's one of the poorer parks in the United States. Let's try to offer something better than that. Let's try to do something better than that. And we can. So let's change the perception of Michigan. I want to make Michigan great again. I want to make it a place where people from all over the world comes to visit and say, wow, that place, Unity Adventures, man, that place is really awesome. It's really fantastic. Like, I really enjoy it. I'll come again and again. I want to create a premium destination here in Michigan at an affordable price. Okay? I want to bring something here that is going to employ hundreds of thousands of people. You understand? So that we can keep our people here. We can keep Michiganders from leaving. Can create opportunities. I can give some of the best wages in this state. And I don't do this for profit. It's a nonprofit. It's an initiative to build better communities. You understand? That's something that I want to do in Michigan. I want to do something that has not been done on this scale before. And we can do that. But I need help. I can't do it by myself. So this podcast was just basically to go over a little bit about myself and why I started Unity Adventure Resort and what I'm trying to do for Michigan to try to make this a better state to visit. You know, this is really a state that has a lot of history. Um, I'm always going to stay here. I'm always going to have roots here. And I just want to make an impact at the end of the day. And in order to do that, I believe in community. The community is what's important. Community means everything. And we cannot do these things in life alone. We have to work together to build great things, to leave a legacy here for future generations. And I want to be a part of that vision. I want to be a part of that future to set its foundation. So that said, thank you for tuning in to episode 1. I'll be doing a lot more of these podcasts, and I hope you just share this, you like it, you comment. I want to hear your feedback and what you think about Michigan. I want to also hear your feedback about what type of things that you'd be interested in seeing, and the future looks bright. Other than that, I'll talk to y'all soon, and y'all have a good one. Peace.